my bookworms, and welcome back to Tangents on Cracked Spines. It's Pie Day, and I racked my brain on what I should be presenting. And, while it's not exactly the mathematical aspect of what Pi Day is supposed to be, because 3, 1.4, blah, 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 infinite numbers. Times that by the diameter, you get the circumference of a circle. Yay! That's important for people in a more mathematical field than myself. But I figured I would go ahead and read a couple of pie recipes for you today. Now I've got what is technically a custard-based pie and a fruit pie. Now, it's New England. We don't have a whole lot in season right now, so somebody wanted a raspberry pie, so I'm giving them a raspberry pie recipe. I currently have a blizzard going on outside. So yeah, fresh fruit, not readily available where I'm at. So this is called just a fresh raspberry pie, and I'm getting it off of Pillsbury.com. I'll link it in the description. The ingredients for the crust. This doesn't give you a crust recipe. You can use your favorite crust recipe, what this says to use is 1 box of refrigerated Pillsbury pie crust, softened as directed. The filling is a cup of granulated sugar, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a cup of water, 4 cups of fresh raspberries, though I'm sure that, instead of having the cup of sugar and cornstarch, you could probably use raspberry preserves. But that's just me. The recipe calls for sugar, cornstarch, salt, cup of water, 4 cups of fresh raspberries, and a tablespoon of butter. And if you would like a topping, it's a cup of whipped cream, 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And for this one, you heat your oven to 450. Make a pie crust as directed on the box in a 9-inch glass pie pan. Bake the crust 9 to 11 minutes until lightly golden brown and cool completely for about 30 minutes. Meanwhile, 2-quart saucepan, mix some sugar, cornstarch, salt, and water. See, I can't even read a recipe. Stir in 2 cups of the raspberries. Cook over a medium heat, stirring constantly until the mixture boils and thickens. Boil and stir 1 minute. Remove from the heat, stir in the butter, pour into a medium bowl, cool 30 minutes. And again, this sounds like you could just use 2 cups of raspberry preserves and then put some fresh raspberries on top or in it. Spoon it into a cool baked shell, refrigerate for 2 hours before serving. Oh, you don't even bake the filling and pie together. You just bake the crust, make a jam, throw the jam into the crust, and then refrigerate. Alright. To serve in a medium bowl with an electric mixer, beat the whipping cream, powdered sugar, and vanilla on high until stiff peaks form. Garnish the pie or individual servings with whipped cream and store that in the refrigerator. Now that doesn't sound too bad, but I'll admit, I am much more fond of pumpkin pie. I also really like shoe fly pie because, I'm from Pennsylvania. So shoe fly pie is a diabetic nightmare. It's a molasses-based pie. And pecan pie, which is a corn syrup-based pie. But pecans are so yummy. Anyways, this is a pumpkin pie recipe just off of a can of Libby's pumpkin, canned pumpkin. This is generally the recipe we use for this pumpkin pie, but also for pumpkin roll. This particular label has 2 pie recipes, pumpkin cookie recipe, and pumpkin pancakes. But it's pie day, so you're getting a pie recipe. Now, this does make 2 pies. You want a whole 29-ounce can of pure pumpkin, Libby's pure pumpkin, because it's a Libby's can. 3 cups of Carnation evaporated milk. I'm assuming any evaporated milk works, though I feel like I only ever see Carnation. 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, 4 large eggs. I know if you don't have a farm yourself or know someone who has chickens that they're kind of expensive right now. And 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, a teaspoon of ground ginger, half a teaspoon of ground cloves. Or if you're like me, you can just put 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie seasoning. It depends on which I find first. I go back and forth. And then 2 unbaked 9-inch deep dish pie shells. And whipped cream. So, again, they don't tell you to try and make a pie crust. They're like, you could just go buy somebody else's pie crust. Alright, so mix all the dry ingredients in the medium bowl. Then beat eggs in a large bowl. Stir the pumpkin and dry ingredients into the mixture. And stir in pumpkin and dry ingredient mixture. So you mix the dry ingredients, you beat the eggs, and you put everything in the egg bowl. Gradually stir in the milk. Why is there an apostrophe S? What do you mean milk, sir? There's only evaporated milk in this. Oh, because the other version of the pie is incredibly sweet. It wants you to have 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk and 2 cups of evaporated milk. Whoo! That's why I don't use that one. I go with the normal one. Pour into the pie shells and bake in a preheated oven at 425 for 15 minutes. Then you reduce the temperature to 350 and bake for 35 to 45 minutes, or until the knife inserted near the center comes out clean. Cool on a wire rack for 2 hours and serve immediately or refrigerate. Top with whipped cream before serving. Ah, crap. Libby's is a Nestle company? I didn't know that. Nestle owns everything. I don't want to support Nestle. I mean, heck, they steal water out of the mountains of Maine. For Poland Springs. Oh, well. Nestle really does, own everything, but I'm not going to get into that. Again, cool it. Have fun. And enjoy your pies. Raspberry, pumpkin, or whatever else you choose to make. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. Can't believe I could even ramble about a recipe, but I do actually bake a lot. It's probably why I'm 300 pounds. I actually take most of it to work. thank you. And enjoy the rest of your pie day. I know it's late. I'm nocturnal. Have fun.